Hello, lovely people. A bunch of you might be watching this because you saw my last video about a fruit that has never been seen nor tasted outside the remote jungles of Bolivia. It's a fruit that I said was the superfood of all superfoods. In that video, I told you I had a dried version of the fruit and that I would soon be able to show you what it looks like fresh. Now, if you haven't seen that video, this one isn't going to make much sense, so go back right now and watch that one first. Click the little banner that's just appeared in the corner, because this video is going to be full of spoilers. Go on, off you go now. Okay, so everyone still here has seen my video on the urubu. I got a ton of comments, and yes, I read them all, so thank you all for the feedback. I'd say the comments, broadly speaking, fell into three buckets. First, those of you who couldn't wait to see what a fresh urubu looks like and wanted to be among the first to taste it. Second, those of you who weren't entirely sure about the health claims for the fruit or whether the fruit was even real in the first place. A few of you were downright angry because you thought that maybe I was peddling some sort of bogus food product, and as a result I had completely undermined the entire trust and credibility of the community with which I've built this channel for the past 8 years. And lastly, there were those of you who thought the entire video was just an April Fool's joke. Well, the truth is, hang on, let me go get something. This is the same dried fruit that I held on camera. Some of you thought it was a walnut. It's not. But it's not a urubu either. It's a dried lime. It's a staple of Persian cooking. I use it all the time. So what exactly is going on here? Regular viewers will know that I'm dedicated to knowing where our food comes from, but I'm also dedicated to the process, all the research and the reporting and the scripting and the film production and the editing that goes into bringing you these stories. I try to make videos that are true and real and authentic. That's my goal, to tell stories that reconnect us to our food and which are rooted in factually accurate and verifiable information. And at the same time, just like you, I go online and find myself swimming in an ocean of information garbage. I'm talking about the world of food here, but oh yes, it applies to everything else. Doesn't it feel like we've reached peak gibberish with the incessant white noise of misleading and sensational nutritional claims? It's everywhere. It's the heartbeat of food advertising, of course, but it's also in our food labeling. It's seeped into our food journalism. And of course, it's here all over YouTube. So instead of making a straight up video railing earnestly against the goopification of our food culture, because honestly, who wants to listen to that? I thought I could drive the point home a lot better and have a lot more fun by sending up the whole culture of superfood claims. So yes, full points to those of you who got on board and ran with the April Fool's joke, and extra points to all you guys who then took it to even more fanciful heights in the comments. I loved that. But there was a point to the video, which is, if something sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. Now, I also want to say fair play to all you guys who did buy into the mind-bending silliness of the urubu. For some of you, English isn't your first language, but honestly, I can't blame anyone for believing the urubu is real, because it's become so difficult to know what to believe anymore when there are so many miracle foods being sold to us as the secret to weight loss or gut health or eternal youth or whatever. In fact, some of the most outlandish nuggets Mark and I sneaked into the script are actually based on real claims for foods and supplements that we came across online, like that thing about probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics. Yep, I didn't make that up. We also used a real bat as a pollinator. Shout out to Davy's Naked Backed Bat for having such a magnificent name. When Mark and I were scripting the video, we tried to add one ridiculous layer on top of another, kind of like a crazy layered cake, until we thought that we had pushed it to the breaking point. There were so many moments when one of us said to the other, "We can't put that in because people will know immediately that we're joking." But then we did, just to see what would happen. A food that actually burns calories, That's also a cure for COVID and hair loss. CrossFit certified? Oh, and that liver-activating polytriglyceride that scientists are only just starting to explore as an all-natural weight loss supplement? That was just a train wreck of pseudo-scientific sounding words pretending to be a coherent sentence. Now, some of you sensed something fishy was afoot based on what I didn't include. I didn't spell the name urubu on screen. There were no close-ups of the fruit, not even the dried version. No stills or footage from the jungle. And of course the missing live cam link, or I guess a mid-80s one-hit wonder kind of live cam that raised a few eyebrows. Some of those questions inspired you guys to look up urubu on Google, and to you, I say bravo. That's the thing I hope you take away from this. Always take a deeper look, verify from multiple sources, and whenever you next hear the word superfood, proceed with caution. Actually, the only thing that wasn't hyperbole in the urubu video was when I said I don't love the word superfood. In fact, I truly loathe that word. Way back when I started this channel, I used it once to describe garlic, and I've regretted it ever since. If you hear me say it now, I only say it tongue-in-cheek, because there simply is no one food that's the magic bullet to cure all ills. All whole, unprocessed foods are super when they're eaten together as part of a varied and balanced diet. That may sound like a super basic, even boring concept, which is why it doesn't make headlines. But it should.